Good morning. So I'm early. I'm crewing a UPW event this weekend, and it's on European time. So we actually start in about 4 minutes. So, what did you learn? What did you learn doing, finding habitual patterns? Did you find some patterns that you normally get into? Did you find positive things and negative things? And, were you able to break down and figure out what the recipe was for those particular patterns? What we learn is that we have these specific places that we like to go. We kind of have home that we feel comfortable with. And the pattern that we use in order to get into that home is something that we can utilize to do whatever it is that we want. So the idea behind all of this is, as we've said before, is how do we manage our state? How do we continue to work on all of this? And how do we take it from having to think about it to having it be something that comes into a reaction and becomes part of what you're conditioned? So if you habitually feel frustrated, what's the pattern that you use in order to do that? And how is it fulfilling your 6 human needs? Because it is in some way, otherwise you wouldn't be doing it. And then how can you change that? Instead of feeling frustrated, how can you change that pattern and change your physiology and change your focus so you become curious or you become excited or you look at this as an opportunity rather than a failure or something along those lines? So the idea, find the pattern, figure out how to manipulate it, and then create a new pattern. And anchors are an awesome way to do this, because if you attach a new anchor to that particular pattern or event, it's going to change it forever and you're going to feel differently about it. So if overwhelm is something that you feel a lot, okay, so what's your recipe for overwhelm? What do you do? What do you think about first? What do you focus on first? What do you feel next? How does the pattern work? And then think about a time when you didn't feel overwhelmed, but instead you were able to manage your situation and you felt excited or you felt alive or you felt something along those lines. And what's the difference? And then simply condition in the new thing. And anchors are an awesome way to help you do that. Music is a fantastic way to help you do that. So if you find that you habitually feel overwhelmed when you first go into the office, or you first go into work, or you first go into class, or you first, get up in the morning. Okay, so now you extract that recipe, and then we interrupt that pattern. So then it becomes, all right, instead of thinking about this and about this and about this, I'm going to just focus on this one thing. I'm going to focus on my primary question. I'm going to focus on my outcome for that day. And I'm going to listen to a song that I like, and I'm going to do priming for 10 minutes. Do that for 10 days, and you'll have created a whole new pattern. And continue to do that, and you're going to create a whole new set of conditioning towards a whole new set of actions, which is going to take you through a whole new set, a whole new destiny. So this stuff is complicated when you first start out. But so is riding a bike, so is driving a stick shift in a car. It feels like, wow, this feels new and different and hard. But the interesting thing is you're doing it all the time. You are constantly conditioning yourself, or you're constantly being conditioned. So this is really different, the difference between designing your own life and becoming part of somebody else's design for theirs. And all the people that sell things, people that do marketing, they understand all of this stuff, and they use it on us all the time. So rather than letting them get away with that, we can figure out how to condition ourselves and say, I'm in charge of how I feel. And that's the fundamental basis of all of this. So, time for me to hop online and start crewing my European UPW. But have an amazing day. We're going to continue to talk about anchoring. We're going to continue to talk about eliciting these patterns because it's so valuable. So again, find out something that you do habitually. Good states and bad states, positive states and negative states. Elicit that recipe, and then how can we get rid of those bad states? How can we make it so you don't feel that way about that anymore, and we can condition something new? We're going to talk about creating anchors more tomorrow. we'll break that down so that you can do that. And then we're going to talk about swish patterns also. So good morning, everybody. Have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to say hi to everybody. My God, a lot of people around here. My Uncle Bill, good morning. Valerie Kabatsky, great to see you. Dolores, always here.